It's finally here, gamers. Ubisoft have just released the biggest patch yet for Star Wars Outlaws in terms of changes that you will see in-game, with the update being available to download right now. So I'm going to break down all the need-to-know info and new features for you in a no-nonsense fashion in this video, so you can actually decide if it's actually, just worth booting back up, installing this update and logging back in. And let's start with the patch itself, because if you are playing on PS5, you're going to be looking at a 1.92 gigabyte download, with the Xbox Series X and S coming in at 2.25 and the PC client showing an update of 1.89 gigabytes, with the patch predominantly being focused around performance, stability, and fixing those pesky game-breaking bugs. Speaking of which, you can now 100% the game and get your Platinum Trophy if you are on PS5, and some of you get that 100% if you are on Xbox. I know in the comments a few of you over the last few days have been, just not able to complete the game, but you should now be able to do so, because you can obtain the bugged old school cool trophy and unlock the Disruptor gear set by obtaining all transmissions around the game, with this gear set offering you a perk which, when you deal ion damage to ionized enemies, it kind of pretty much one-shots them, which isn't too bad, but certainly not the best gear set in the game. But that aside, it is great news if you are hunting or going for that 100% completion, because it should have been available from day one on release day, but that is conversation for another time, but at least it's sorted now. But what about gameplay changes in this patch? Well, Ubisoft have revamped the stealth detection mechanics and improved the rate at which NPCs notice you in certain story missions, or kind of just generally when you're out and about sneaking through a syndicate compound or any sort of Imperial outpost or base. Meaning you won't alert everyone in a 5-mile radius because your kind of big toe is poking out the other side of the wall, which after some testing in game, it does seem to have been somewhat improved. It's not fantastic. I would like it to be better and less sensitive going forward, but it's an improvement. Ubisoft have also said that this stealth detection system has been adjusted depending upon your kind of location in game, with no further details, as that's kind of been left purposefully ambiguous, but there we are. But they have stated that you're less likely to be spotted when you roll in close proximity to an enemy, which before this patch was pretty much an almost instant stealth breaker, which, as you can see here, that doesn't occur. But yeah, it's good news. It's another improvement. And speaking of improvements, if you have reached a point in the game where you can't continue the storyline or finish a side quest, Ubisoft have now fixed several of these game-breaking quests across multiple different planets. So I'm going to breeze through these swiftly for you now, just in case one of them may have affected you in the last couple of weeks or so. Firstly, Tashara. There was an issue with the energy barrier in Kero's speakeasy, as that would not be disabled after you kind of slice through it, but you can now get through it now and continue with the story, which is good. The Underworld quest has also been upgraded, so it's kind of easier for you to infiltrate that mission directly and not get automatically caught in stealth and fail the mission instantaneously. Thirdly, the mechanic quest has been fixed, so Kay doesn't spawn outside the quest area if she dies in the wind turbine, which means that you just can't continue the game. But now you can after this patch, so you're not going to be boosted out of the quest area. And fourthly, the hyperspace quest, which has been fixed as well, which is the big one here, which kind of went around all of the news outlets, which means that you can't actually take off from Tashara and then finish the game, but you can now, and you can just go and explore all the other planets in the game. So update it, log in and give it a go if that's the one that you run into, which is most likely the majority of you. Now, as for Tatooine, the partners quest has also been repaired, which means Kay would not get wanted levels on other planets when reaching the objective in the quest, which is meet with Hoss in the cantina specifically. So if you wondered why you were never really gaining any wanted levels or bad rep with the Empire, this bug has now been resolved, so you can kind of antagonize the Empire all you want in game. But just so you know, you don't actually get anything in this game for being wanted or have the worst reputation with all the syndicates. I know, I've tried. It gives you nothing. I don't know why that's the case, but don't waste your time. Now, as for Akiva, the main bug quest on that planet was called the Veteran, where after reporting to the droid in this quest, the objective would then not update, and then you can continue after reporting back to MT7. Well, now you can. So Akiva is yours to finish if you do fancy it. And by the way, if you're finding this no-nonsense update video informative and helpful, please do leave a very quick like down below. So thank you very much. Now, a new addition to Outlaws in this patch update is cross progression saves, which now means that you can upload your current save to the cloud whilst you're logged into your Ubisoft Connect account and access your game on a different platform, such as PS5 to PC. If you own both games on those two different platforms, you can't just buy it on PC and then go and play it on the PS5, if you know what I mean. You have to purchase them separately, which I know some of you do, but yeah, that's now active, so you can do that if you wish. Actually, to do this, you need to open the in-game save menu, find the save file you want to upload, click upload to the cloud, and then it should just kind of appear on your screen on the other system if all works well. Now, as for performance and stability upgrades, there is a couple interesting things here that I know. First of all, the PC version of the game has had a substantial amount of improvements and optimizations across the whole of its client, including FPS drops being improved on the PC, but also consoles, but predominantly on the PC in those kind of cutscenes. You can also now see your game version from the settings menu, which is really quite important, as you need to now confirm that you're on the 1.001.001 patch. Otherwise, you're just not going to benefit from any of these updates. So do make sure that you've got this update installed if you're going back into the game. Now, the quality mode setting is now also the default mode on the consoles, which is what Ubisoft thinks is currently the best optimized graphical setting to play Outlaws on for a smoother experience. So if you don't want that to be active, go in and then revert it to your original choice. Now, all in-game cinematics I just mentioned there have now been improved, and they will also function as intended on ultra-wide screens, whereas before they pretty much sucked. So if you've been holding off on playing this game on your big boy monitor or TV, it should now kind of work as intended quite nicely. Speaking of which, the overall lighting and HDR settings have also been improved apparently, so the game should look a lot better if you're running with a 4K screen that has a HDR active setting, meaning those kind of photo mode shots will look even better after this update. In actual fact, test it. Go into photo mode, zoom in on Kay on Tatooine. You can actually see the sweat on her arms. So there has been an improvement there. Now, if this is your first time watching a Star Wars Outlaws video from me, I've got another no-nonsense video on your screen right now. It should be on my face now, which I think you may enjoy. So give that a click, and hopefully I will see you there in just a second. Cheers to Nika for helping me with this update breakdown video for you. And as always, coffee is on me.